there is people out there that wake up and they don't have any interest in sport. What are they thinking about? Like animals and stuff, or like the weather.
FIFA, it's not FIFA anymore, is it? EA, what's it called? EAFC. Why did they lose the rights to that? It's FIFA. It's unbelievable to have the Premier League back, you know, fantasy, and I like to have a little bit of a dabble. Do you find the football's getting a little bit boring to watch?
I feel like the game's just gone so like systems and setups now rather than like
freedom.
Yeah, and they all like even 15, 20 years ago, the games were just so like frantic and hectic that it was more exciting to watch. Whereas now it's a lot more controlled and a lot more coached. I guess it's coached. There's better coaches now though.
The biggest thing that young players really struggle to understand is that all pros have got to that position because of one thing: they're consistent in everything that they do. They're consistent on being on time, they're consistent with cleaning their boots, making sure their bag's ready, good water, good food, consistent in the way they apply themselves with training, consistent with their attitude towards training, consistent about being open to learning. Yes, guys, welcome back to the Joner Football podcast. Now, we're sticking true to our word. We're doing what we're doing, one a month, Shane.
Yeah.
So we're not letting our listeners down.
Has it been a month yet?
Yeah, man. Probably maybe just over a month.
Feels longer.
But I'm here with Shane. It is so good to be back on the podcast. We've got some good, juicy topics today. Guys, just whilst we're at the start, if you're listening and you want to watch and you want to help us grow, head over to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. It is free. A lot of people think it costs money to subscribe on YouTube. It's actually free. And get involved in the comments. There's going to be a lot of things that we talk about, and I actually want to know your opinion on it, guys. We're going to be talking about a lot of things today, Shane.
That's the plan.
It's good to get the viewers on, isn't it? Good to get the listeners on.
Yeah.
We're going to finish with good, bad and ugly, so stick around for that. Yeah. Stick around for that. We've got some good stuff today. How you been, Shane?
Yeah, really good, yeah. Non-stop, busy with life, but everything's good, yeah.
Busy with life, aren't we? Always. I've moved house.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's always stressful, mate, isn't it?
They say that moving house is the most stressful thing.
Yeah, it really is. It is a very good test of your relationship.
Yeah,
very good test. But we did have a really good removalist this time. You know what the worst part, and guys, let me know on YouTube if you agree or disagree. It's not the packing the boxes. It's not, you know, putting it in the truck to go and all that. It's the realisation of unpacking it all again is the worst part, because you get it out of the box and you're like, where do we want to put this in? And you're kind of like, you know, resetting your whole house up again.
Yeah.
And you've got to remember where this picture frame was, or where do you want the sofa to go. It's that is stressful, man.
Yeah, you have to do everything twice though. You have to pack it up and then you have to replace it.
Yeah. But we're in a much better location in terms of just being around the family now and a lot closer to the girls' school. Like even just today, the school drop-off was heaven.
Yeah.
Drop-off, straight to work. Bosh.
I remember when I last moved apartment, I moved from St Leonard's to where I am now.
Yeah. Well, that's quite a long way.
I think I had I had someone's van. I had Lisa's brother-in-law's van for one day, and I was like, I had a fridge, and I went through the only way I could do it was like stand the fridge up, because you know you're not meant to lay fridges down or whatever.
Yeah.
And I went for it, and I waited till like 10 o'clock at night, laid the fridge up, like standing up tall, and went through the tunnels, because like that was the only way I can get it. And Lisa went in front to check was there any like keep the coast clear, because if I got caught there, I was gone.
No.
But I done it in the dark, and I just remember zooming through the tunnels and trying to get out, but that's the only way. But I guess doing a removalist would make things a lot easier. Trying to do it on your own is...
anyone listening, if you want to make it completely, like it's not stress-free, but getting like professionals that know what they're doing, how to lift things, how to move things, it's worth every dollar, because they look after your stuff. The guys that we had, big shout out to Phil Removals. I think he's an English guy, funny man. But they provide the boxes for you, so they come and drop off all the boxes. This is the best part for me. They dismantle, even though I did it anyway, they dismantled all of our TVs, TV brackets in every room. They dismantle all the beds, and they put it all back up for you.
Do they?
Yep. How much of a game changer is that?
Wow.
So No, that's what I'm saying, is like that made it way less stress-free. They put all the beds back up. I put the TVs up because we wanted to put them up in a specific place, but they do that for you if you want.
Definitely, yeah.
So it's like it's worth it. It's worth it. But yeah, it's good. It's good to be around the family and close to the girls' school. But yeah, obviously we've been double busy always at Joner Football, Shane.
Yeah, last week at a turn now, so.
Yeah, we're very busy here at Joner Football always, which I'm going to announce in this podcast of the potential venues that I'm looking to come in 2025. It's actually insane, Shane, what we've actually accomplished this year domestically in Australia, but also I look back at it the other day, I was like, oh my God, I've done some travelling this year. And 2025 is looking even bigger, which is scary. So
Couple of new places, yeah.
Yeah, it really stuck in my mind that time when we came back, one of the trips, and you were like, Lee, we've got to keep doing this whilst we're young. And that really hit me hard because it was like, you know what? When I'm probably like 50, I'm not going to be able to travel. It's not going to have the same effect, is it?
No.
So I am trying to travel and network and meet as many players. Like, I'm going to do, in December this year, I'm going to try and calculate the amount of players that we've coached this year. Like, if you put in all the camps and the players that we coach here, it'd be a lot.
Be a lot for sure, yeah.
Which is incredible, really. But yeah, I'm going to stick around, guys. I'm going to announce where we're coming to in 2025. Couple of new places, couple of regular places in there as well, Shane.
The regulars. We love the regulars.
Yeah. But we...
What else has been going on? Anything?
Golf. Trying to get the golf going again, aren't we? We've got a big golf trip coming up.
Yeah.
Anyone on YouTube just into golf? Like, guys, golf's better than football.
I reckon golf's the most fastest growing sport. You reckon or not?
At the minute. Is that because we're in it or not?
I think it's just the age bracket we're in. A lot of this age bracket kind of like stopped playing, and then that's the next thing.
I think COVID absolutely made it explode.
Through the roof,
and then people kind of realised, oh my God, this game is so addictive. And then it's because it's in, I don't know about where you guys are from, listening from, but in Australia it is booming at the minute.
Why do you reckon like a lot of sports people play golf?
Lots of reasons, but I think a lot of people can relate to the fact that although it is a frustrating game at times, it's a lot about like you can clear your mind, clear your head, you're out in the fresh air. Some courses obviously in Sydney are just absolutely beautiful. So for me, that's someone that plays golf less now because I've got 2 kids. When I get the chance to play, I really, really enjoy it. Even if I play terrible, like I enjoy it. I don't let having a bad round get to me as much anymore because it's like, well, I don't get to do this that much.
Yeah.
So it's like, enjoy it when you get it. So I kind of see it as a reset button. I know there's people out there, like Jay Winter always used to say, put your phone in the bag and that's it. But now that he's got a little one, that's not the case.
Switch it off, yeah.
He likes that. That's his element, isn't it? He puts his phone in the bag and just switch off from the world for a bit. Yeah. Hit a few bad shots, you know. But what about you? Why do you think?
I think obviously like a lot of people grew up playing team sports, and like golf is not a team sport.
Yeah.
So like when you get to playing the golf, it's so addictive because it's just you, and do you know what I mean? Like, there's no one else to blame. You can't have an excuse.
Yeah.
Or you can't be like, the team didn't play well. It's just more, I just think people buzz off that, like, just control of how well you do or how bad you do.
I also think it's an amazing social time to spend with your mates as well, though, isn't it?
Well, that's what I was saying.
It's incredible.
I was playing on Sunday, and obviously we've got the same group of friends, but, like, if you don't play football or you don't play golf, you very rarely see anybody. Like obviously I played football this year, and a lot of it was just to kind of see, like, have some sort of like other lads than the coaches and the players that you work with each week.
Just imagine we didn't have golf, Shane, now though. Because there was a point in our lives, like our group of friends, none of us played, bro. We were all playing football.
Yeah, no.
Whereas now it's like all we talk about and do
I always
is
think about
football.
that though. Imagine the world without sport as well.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell would people... Like, I don't understand. Like, Lisa said this to me the other day. She goes, how the percentage-wise of your life you've been watching sport or playing sport or working in sport, what would it be?
99%, no.
But, like, I was like, what? I don't get someone wakes up in the morning that doesn't, like, check the results or check there's a game on or look at this during the day or think about it. I'm like, what do they be thinking about?
I think about it as well.
Like, honestly, what?
How boring must your life be?
Rezi, I know you're not massive, but Rezi,
I check a lot.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? There is people out there that wake up and they don't have any interest in sport. So what are they thinking about? Like animals and stuff, or like the weather. What?
We are comfortable. We are
Oh my God.
Otherwise,
No, but I just think it's a scary thing, though. But I think sports such an important part of society.
For me, when I go back to the UK, that feeling of like football is everything there, like literally everything. Look how like bad the UK was when football was in the off season. People just don't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah.
They're lost. So it's like in some countries it literally is life or death. Like they rely on it so much.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually a scary thought when you go life without no sport. But I think I laugh now because I'm like, imagine all of us lads without golf. What would we be doing? Seb would be taking his dog for a walk, you know what I mean? Like, what would be happening there without us and golf at the minute? Because that is literally all we talk about 24/7. But yeah,
feel lucky though. Feel lucky to have it.
That's in me good, bad, and ugly. By the way, I'll talk about it later. It's insane. But yeah, lots going on at Joner Football, guys. Like we're super busy here. Always looking for the next thing. But it's great to. I feel like Rez said this the other day. With Joner Football, it's never the same thing, is it, Rez? Every day. Like, there's just always something new popping up. Like, for example, got the FIFA launch tomorrow.
When is the game? Is the game out, is it?
Yeah, I've totally gone off FIFA.
I haven't played it for years, but, like, I actually talk about it sometimes about getting a PlayStation back, but I think...
Do you know why? I just think there's too many nerds out there that are just too good at it, and I'm so competitive. Do you remember, like, when we used to get battered on FIFA, and you're just like, do you know what? I'm not good on this.
Yeah.
Whereas like Call of Duty, like anyone watching or listening, I'll back myself Call of Duty. I'm better than you at Call of Duty apart from the pros. Like I play that religiously with Godders. But
you still play with Godders?
Yeah, man. Do you know like we talk about you can hammer me as much. Yeah, you can call me a geek, whatever you want.
You need time for that though. Like when do you play at night time, late at night?
No, put the girls to bed and that's my switch off time, bro.
So, but can you go to bed after that? Because I remember I used to play Call of Duty and I'd be up all night, like ducking for cover in my sleep and stuff, thinking that because it'd be stuck in my head. You know what I mean?
Shame ducking for cover. Bro, lads are gonna hammer me for this, but it's not just playing COD with Godders. Me and Godders have like good chats and that. You know what I mean? We just chat like we're chatting now. So it's kind of like. Just having time with your mates. Time with your mates as well. Because you're just sitting there in the lobby waiting to get in the game and be like, God, you know, what irons you got? Or just chatting SHIT, do you know what I mean? So, like, for me, it's another one just to wind down from the craziness of my life with kids and Joner Football, and I enjoy it. But yeah, FIFA, it's not FIFA anymore, is it? EA, what's it called, Rez? EAFC. Why did they lose the rights to that? It's FIFA! Anyway, FIFA 25 launched tomorrow. It's just awesome with Joner Football. We're very blessed and lucky. It's going to be in my good, bad and ugly. That we're constantly just doing new things here, you know.
Yeah, no, it's class.
There's people in a 9-to-5 job that just do the same thing over and over, and I just couldn't imagine my life being like that, you know. But yeah, and I want to talk about the fact we've landed a deal with Mizuno, Shane. So I'm going to give Mizuno a clap. We've just handed out fresh boots to all the coaches.
Nice then.
I want to talk about that actually, because obviously we're not tied down with anyone at the minute, but they are, and I'm not just saying this, guys, Mizuno are they're not paying me to say this, I promise you that, but they are the best boots on the market by a country mile. Like, there's no other boot out there for me who has tried and tested almost every boot. There's nothing that comes close to the Mizuno.
Comfort-wise, 100%.
Everything, especially the top of the range Mizuno boot. In terms of like quality now.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there's probably boots out there with better colourway. I have a
question though about Mizuno. Do they have just the one design for all the boots?
No, they've got 3 or 4.
Do they?
Yeah.
Because like the one that we have is like when you think about Mizuno boots, that's the one.
Yeah. So the one, like I say, there's the top tier, which is the made in Japan ones. Nah, but for me, I'm willing to argue with anyone on this planet. They are the best boots out there for quality. So a big problem I feel with Adidas and Nike, they get ruined too fast because they produce way too many of the quantity.
Material.
The Mizuno boots are an absolute joke when it comes to comfort, performance, durability, and they're so light. They're just, you guys, I promise you, just get yourself a pair of Mizunos and you will understand what I'm saying. And trust me on this, they are not paying me to say that. They're not. I've had every boot under the sun, so it's a blessing that we've signed a deal with them.
Yeah, it's class.
And obviously all the coaches are going to be in there, but it's. I want to talk a little bit more in other social posts about how good those boots actually are. But they have like a 3-tier levels of boots, and the top ones being obviously the best. Lino wears them and swears by them as well. I think every person that's given them a try, just they never look back. They stick.
It's Japanese, yeah.
Yeah, it's good quality. They're not apparently. I know this from speaking to Mizuno. Like in Japan and China, they are huge.
Yeah,
they are.
Everyone wears them.
They are massive. Yeah, massive.
Big market that.
I'd say they're like the Mizuno or golf as well. Like it's elite.
What do you think about football at the moment then?
Yeah, it's been an interesting
start of the season. What
the Prem.
do we do? Did the season start? The season would have just started, no?
Yeah, we've done our predictions.
What do you think the first couple of weeks?
I want to talk about it, Shane. There's something that I heavily want to talk about. It's great. It's unbelievable to have the Premier League back. You know, fantasy, and I like to have a little bit of a dabble. But obviously, when I watch Liverpool, I'm going to love it regardless because I support them. Same with you with Leeds, you know. But I am finding, and I want to ask this to you and the viewers, do you find that football's getting a little bit boring to watch, bro?
So I'll be honest, and this is me, but I actually don't watch too much football. I watch Leeds, and then I'll watch the early game. Obviously, Australia. Being in Australia is difficult at times, but I'll watch Leeds matches, and then I'll watch like highlights and stuff. But I don't watch loads. But I get what you're saying because.
How much football did you used to watch?
I used to watch a good bit. I used to watch a good bit.
Like that?
I've always just been mate. Like if I watch the Leeds game, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. That I feel like every game I have watched, it's a little bit. The games are quite predictable. Like, do you know what I mean?
100%.
Like one team is always dominating the ball, and the other team is just sitting in that low block to try and like playing the counter attack.
Yeah.
But
do you think Pep Guardiola? I'm not knocking Pep. I think he's one of the greatest managers ever. But do you think he's part of the problem in the sense that what he's brought to football
changed?
Like, I'm not being funny, and I'll get pelters for this. I genuinely find watching Man City boring. It's just like you kind of know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I get. No? Yeah, but again, it's the team. A lot of they're playing like that because the team they're playing against is just sitting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like so they're kind of being dictated as well. So like it's all. I feel like the game's just gone so like systems and setups now rather than
like, freedom.
Yeah, and they all like even 15, 20 years ago, the games were just so like frantic and hectic that it was more exciting to watch. Whereas now it's a lot more controlled and a lot more. I don't know, coached. I guess it's coached. There's better coaches now though.
I feel like I want to take that back. Not boring. I love football, love watching football. I want to take that back. I'm going to get pelters for that. It's predictable. Like, I'm not going to switch on Man City and see something crazy kind of thing. I'm not going to see a Ronaldinho flip-flap and a get me off my seat kind of thing, excited. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Man City play insanely beautiful football, right? But let's just go back to Pep Guardiola's Barcelona team. There's players in that team that get you off your seat. And he still had the tiki-taka then, didn't he?
Yeah.
But like Messi would get the ball and go brrr, and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
And you would have Iniesta, Xavi do like amazing things. You know, before Pep was there, like Ronaldinho, that kind of era was, for me, way more exciting to watch than the era we're in right now. Like, if you watch Man City, it's kind of like, take Jack Grealish, for example. He's kind of like had that dribbling coached out of him. He'll grab it, he'll pass it. And I think, like, it's working for City, obviously, because Pep's a genius, and if you have the ball, then the other team can't do anything, can they? That's his philosophy. If we've got the ball, what can the opposition do? But I wouldn't say boring. I want to take that back. It's just so predictable.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's kind of losing its spark. Football's losing its spark.
But it's just that everything now is just like so like scrutinised or well coached. Like everything that you do is like tracked and like percentages, stats. Everything is like all that. Do you know what I mean?
Running, touches.
Like it's like it's like all the players play with a bit of like, I don't know. They're just so well drilled now.
Yeah.
They're a little bit robotic, some of the teams.
100%. They've got the reins on them, haven't they?
Yeah. But again, it's such like if you play against a City, you can't. If you go out and try and match them, like when I watched Leeds in the Premier League a couple of seasons ago, we tried to go out and play against teams, and we got demolished. And I feel like that's when we brought in Sam Allardyce near the end of the season to try and shut up shop, and we still got hammered. But like, if you're not one of them big teams, you cannot go toe to toe with the better teams. Just player for player.
Don't get me wrong. Again, I'm trying to recover what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. If
backtracking here.
Yeah, I know. If you play City, you're gonna lose because it works. What I'm saying is, I don't know. I'm not getting excited.
Watch Championship. Tell you what, Championship games are like basketball
games. End to end, yeah. I know.
And it's like you're pulling your hair out watching Leeds. But like even my older brother, he loves it. He says that he doesn't want Leeds to go to the Premier League because he likes watching Leeds in Championship.
Here's a great example. My old man. My old man has watched Liverpool every minute from the 80s right the way up till now. If you were to ask my old man that has seen 3 different generations of football, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 4 generations, right? He will definitely say that it's boring to watch now. Like I watch Liverpool, we go along the back four, along the back four, along the back four. Like it happens at every team, doesn't it? And I just, I know, we're keeping the ball, yada yada, movement, but it's like...
It's not, it's just
changed. Like Liverpool right now, and I agree, they're getting hammered for the atmosphere at Anfield. Because they've got more seats now, more bums on seats, bigger stadium, so it's gonna attract more foreigners. It's not gonna have your local diehards. Like if you look at Liverpool's away fans, they are incredible. They're all away fans are proper fans, aren't they, Shane?
Yeah.
Proper fans.
Well, you can't get in if you're not
So I feel like our away fans without singing probably the whole of Anfield if you were to put them together, but part of the reason why probably the atmosphere is dwindling is because like we know we're going to see predictable football.
Dominate the ball, one time drop in.
Yeah. So it's like that back and forth, like you're saying in the Championship, is not there. So
we're just going to have to accept it, no? That's the way it's going to be, I guess.
I'm not saying I hate it. I just think I know what I'm going to see every single time. Every single time.
But you know what? This is part of what I'm going to talk about later, but I actually thought the Arsenal and City game was good.
Yeah.
I feel like I know that I'll obviously...
There was a bit of a spark
listen to the Super Sunday after it, and there was a bit of like the old rivalry in the games, and they were going at each other. Whereas everyone now is like... It's like there's no...
Where's the Keane and Vieira?
Yeah, there's none of that anymore. Everyone's
nothing.
Hugging and shaking hands, and everyone, it's like no one will go and hit someone.
It's a shame.
Whereas it actually came back into that game for the first time.
A little bit, but we can't hit someone because of let's not get into this hole. But we can't hit someone because of VAR. You flick someone red card so. I'm a little bit. I wouldn't say worried. I'm a little bit concerned where football's heading. It's very predictable.
Robotic.
Yeah, and I just want to back up something, Shane, of literally what I'm saying. This is an unbelievable clip that I seen last night putting Mia to bed. It's a Ballon d'Or list from 2004 to 2024, so 20 years ago. Listen to this. It's before I click on it, it's from the Barra Brothers podcast. So shout out to them. I know that this has done millions of views on their podcast page.
The Barra Brothers.
But listen, I'm going to have to put it close to the mic, Shane.
Oh, God.
So that our viewers can hear it as well. But if you're watching on YouTube, Rez will put this clip on the screen anyway. So I highly recommend you go over to YouTube. Right.
Stinky. So I want to show you.
I have to start again. All right, ready? Hold on.
Ballon d'Or nominations got released. Stinky. So I want to show you the 2024 nominations, the 2014 nominations, and the 2004 nominations. And you tell me where we are as a state of football right now. Yeah? So in 2024, men's Ballon d'Or nominees: Jude Bellingham, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, it's already there, Danny Carvajal, Ruben Diaz, Dovbyk, Phil Foden, Grimaldo, Haaland, Hummels, Kane, Cruz, Lookman, Martinez, Mbappe, Odegaard, Olmo, Palmer, Rice, Rodri, Rudiger, Saka, Saliba, Valverde, Vinicius Jr., Vitinha, Nico Williams, Wirtz, Xhaka and Yamal.
That stinks.
2014, Manuel Neuer in third, second Lionel Messi, and first Cristiano Ronaldo. Ian Robin, Thomas Muller, Neymar, James Rodriguez, Toni Kroos still kicking, Di Maria, Diego Costa, Gareth Bale, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Yaya Toure, Mario Götze, Karim Benzema, Andres Iniesta, Bastian Schweinsteiger, Javier Mascherano, Thibaut Courtois, David Luiz, Paul Pogba, Sergio Ramos. But then we go to 2004. Shevchenko, Deco, Ronaldinho, Henry, Adriano, Nedved, Wayne Rooney, Carvalho, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Cristiano Ronaldo, Milan Baros, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Samuel Eto'o, Kaká, Morientes, Lampard, Drogba, Buffon, Figo, Zidane, Maniche, Juli, Paolo Maldini.
Maniche?
Pepsi advert. Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
How's Milan Baros get in there though? Wow, that's crazy.
However, I do want to just cause a debate, so I'll just turn it down. The most liked comment on that video is this. It all depends on the time. 20 years forward, you will say the same thing about 2024. I have never heard of a few of the names from 2004 list. Obviously, this guy doesn't really know ball then, because the 2004 list was ridiculous.
Players.
20 years later, if these players keep on playing the same way, you guys will feel the same about them too. Do you agree or disagree with that comment?
I agree with that.
You agree that the
Well, it's just the generation that's coming
you
through.
agree that the 20 players that the 2024 list that he mentioned will be like, wow, in 20 years. I don't think
so.
all of them will.
No, I think there's some like.
You got Mbappe,
Suspect.
Jude.
Why is there so many? How many is there?
There's loads.
Like how many nominees?
I think it's
Nominees?
like, I think it's like 15. I don't know, but
Much? 20?
20. But there is some like suspect names that.
But the thing is, right, the 2000, the 2004 one resonates with us because of our age.
Yeah, but it's also.
But a 12-year-old that's coming through now in 20 years, the players that are in exactly like they were saying. Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
so you agree with that. But looking at it right now then, so obviously we can't fast forward 20 years and we don't know how Mbappe is going to do, Haaland, Jude Bellingham, all these stars now. But it is like, if you compare 2004 to now, it's like, what is going on?
The 2004, that's like the golden generation.
What?
That list there is a joke. Apart from Milan Baros.
How's he made?
What's he got in there
Must
for?
have had an absolute wieldy.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it's like, if just going backing up to what I'm saying, guys, if you look at the players in 2004 to now, there's so many in 2004 that excite you, that will get you off your feet, that were like, crazy that Ronaldo was on it, by the way. So, Cristiano Ronaldo was on it in 2004, so like his longevity is insane, but
But do you feel like
that's what I'm saying.
Do you feel like in 2024 there's more better players than there is in 2004?
No.
You don't think so?
No way.
Do you think it was better, the game was hard? Like,
The game had better individuals back then, whereas
Well,
now
this
there's
one's-
better teams.
yeah, but do you reckon there's a bigger pool of better players than now? Because you have superstars there, but like in the modern game, you have like so many. You probably have more better players throughout the world than like top players.
Football's obviously grown. Surely it's grown. Like, obviously, look how much the women has grown. So probably, yeah, the pool of players is probably more to choose from now.
Well, if you think about it, like in 2004, right, you'd say you play like, I don't know, where Zlatan was. Say Zlatan was at AC Milan. You'd think of like AC Milan play against Bayern Munich. Who was at Bayern Munich? Ribery, say, or
Yeah.
Robin. So then at that time you'd think, right, Bayern Munich has Robin and Ribery, AC Milan has Maldini and Shevchenko or someone. Whereas now you think about Man City has probably five top class players.
De Bruyne, Foden, Rodri, Haaland.
Yeah, and then
Diaz.
you have another.
Yeah.
You pick another club. Real Madrid. You could list off 5 or 6.
They're coming back.
So now it's like back then. I felt like it was like the teams had like 1 or 2, 3 really massive stars, whereas now the teams probably have more than just.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So like
I agree.
They're not as
I will say this though.
microscoped, I guess.
I will say this, and I want you to answer honestly, right?
Before you say that, FIFA back then was the game.
Nah, it was, wasn't it?
When you had like them
Proper.
boys there, like they were just way better than everyone. Game.
Yeah, yeah. That was like a cheat code getting it. Do you think someone like a Haaland is extremely exciting to watch?
No.
This is what I'm getting at. Someone like an R9, the original R9, and then a Haaland. When Haaland's career finishes, Haaland will have more goals than R9. But if someone would say to me, who would you pay your money to actually watch the game? Forget about goals. For someone that just actually gets you excited to watch the game, I wouldn't even cross my mind putting any of my money towards Haaland. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, and watching an R9 would just be like,
But do you feel
wow.
like, though, like, if you put Haaland back in that generation, it looks different as well for him? Like,
Yeah.
this is what I'm... Like,
Yeah, that's
it's
why-
like, when we always go, like, do these debates or, like, talk about past against present and stuff like that, it's very hard to weigh it up.
Yeah.
Because
But
back
it just
then-
shows how much football's changed, though, Shane. Like right now, Haaland is like seen as a world-class superstar, but if you put him up against R9, it's not even close for me.
No.
It's not even close. That's what I'm getting at. So our generation of a world-class, unbelievable player is Haaland, yeah? And I agree. That's our generation right now. But in terms of playing the actual game, there's not a patch on an R9.
No.
But like when Haaland finishes his career, he's going to have more goals than R9. So it's just like a mad debate, isn't it? But that's what I'm getting at in terms of current state of football.
Let's not take away Haaland's a freak.
Freak, mate. Yeah, he's a freak. He's a freak.
I was listening to some, and they are right. They were like, everyone talks about like his strength and the way he's movement and whatever, but you can't remember many chances he ever misses.
Yeah, he's getting a bit even more ruthless now, isn't he?
He just doesn't miss. He gets one chance a game, he
Bang.
scores. 2 chances, he scored 2.
So
3.
powerful.
He doesn't miss.
What I like about him as well is he's so aggressive. He seems like a proper handful. It's like he'll you see him throw the ball on the back of it. Oh my god, that was a bit.
You need that though, a little
But
bit
it's
of it.
like you'd have him in your team because he's a nuisance, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Did you
But-
captain him this week?
No, you did though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. That paid off for you, right?
Yeah, but it was tough.
I went Salah captain. We'll get to FPL chat, but just finish up on the Prem then. What are your thoughts so far? Like Liverpool top of the league. Are they top of the league? No, second. Sorry, they were after the draw. So it's 1 point in it. It's quite tight between Liverpool, Arsenal, and City. Do you still see just City running away with it? Or
Yeah, I think it's,
Arsenal pretty much should have won there the other day.
I think it started pretty like as if you could call it, like as in like if you were to predict at the start, I think nothing's really surprised too much. I think it looks like Arsenal and City are getting the teams this
Do you
year.
think Liverpool will be in the mix?
No,
Or?
I don't think so. No, that hurts you, but
No, I don't think so.
I've
as
actually
well.
watched the Liverpool game, and I watched it for fancy purposes, but I was like, I don't know. I don't think he's
No, we've got.
You're getting through the games, but you're not like
no, but
playing.
we've got like a Nottingham Forest in us where we'll slip up.
Yeah.
How we lost that game, I don't know.
But one thing that was surprising a bit is Tottenham. I think they're struggling
yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
I think obviously
Going
I think they've had
forward,
a,
they look good though.
yeah
They're
they've
just so
had
bad
a
back.
tricky start with the fixtures, I guess. But
Yeah, they have
yeah.
had a few tough fixtures, but yeah, I do.
what do you think of the start?
I do think City and Arsenal are going to go. It's going to be like a Liverpool City again. They're going to go neck and neck, and I've got to give it to Pep how he just keeps doing it. Just keeps doing it.
Just turning them over.
Yeah, so I
I think
think.
that Savinio's good, no?
Hey.
Savinio.
Yeah, he looks the real deal. They just find these little gems from somewhere, don't they? But I think Arsenal and City will just go head to head the whole year. Like I thought,
United are shambles again, which is great.
fantastic to see, isn't it? It's fantastic to see.
I think it's going to be, I think Liverpool I think Liverpool will do the same as last year. They'll be there, and then they'll
potentially.
they probably won't have enough.
I'll be happy with that. I think if Slot can get us back in the Champions League and we just give him a bit of time, there is positive signs from Slot ball though, that I really like.
And you were saying Trent is going to go.
I think so, yeah. He's just hinted at it, hasn't he? But I don't know whether this is all just to get Liverpool to get the new contract. We'll never know all this kind of stuff.
Surely he could write what he wants
But
on a check, though.
Liverpool fans aren't happy with what he said the other day, about I'm staying at Liverpool just this season kind of thing. That's kind of what he was getting at.
Might be playing the game, though.
Yeah, exactly. I do feel like if he goes, Jude Bellingham's just got in his ear there massively.
Is he friends with him?
Yeah, they're very close to England, aren't they? They went on holiday together and stuff. So.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so
See you later.
could be in trouble. Fantasy Premier League, Shane. I'm going to get it up on my phone.
Go on.
Because I know you lose sleep over this, don't you?
Saturday night's nightmare.
I got off, so this is the first time we talked about it. I got off to an absolute flyer, didn't I, Shane? I was top of every group. And now I've just slipped down to second and third. The only group that means the most to me is our swingers chat, where there's a lot of money on
Swingers,
the line.
as in, just to be clear, swingers is
Yeah.
golf swinging.
Golf swinging,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're not swingers.
Yeah, I'll show the camera. Look, it's swingers with like a
Golf symbol.
It's got like a golf symbol and a football
We're
symbol.
not
next to it,
swingers,
you know
yeah,
what I
just
mean? So it goes Ricky Woodward, who's got clearly got an FPL subscription.
So what's your total?
336, and you are just behind me. I've just noticed that 329. So you're
It's tight though, no?
7 points is nothing.
It's tight.
But look how wasn't me. But look how all the boys were giving Jay Winter slack. Who was sitting rock bottom, and now a good week just puts him straight in 5th.
Yeah. But just to let him off lightly, right? He had a stinker a couple of weeks ago, and then he wasn't seen in any of the group chats for a week.
Yeah.
And then 2, he played his wildcard after week 3, and,
Yeah,
and then he's like, he rocked up on Sunday saying, "Oh, it's a long season, boys, long season." But you've just played your wildcard, so it's not like
I was
you're
going
not
to say,
really playing
will
a
that,
long game there. Like.
yeah, will that bite him in the arse
Well,
further down the line?
It depends if he gets injuries and stuff like that.
Because the
Suspensions.
wild card is needed for when you've got teams in semi-finals, cup finals, and all that, isn't it?
Well, you get 2 wildcards.
Yeah.
So, it depends on your squad. If you have enough, to keep going, you're better off to hold it a little.
I'm thinking of wild card in this week. No bans.
Where are you in the Joner Football League?
Shane, that's one I'm gutted about.
You got leader Reno Croslin on 84 or 396, 84 this week.
Wow.
Anyone up the top that we know?
There's
Some serious players in that league, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I am 266, Shane. What are you?
I am 349.
Wow, and see, that's what 7 points does.
But there's it's such a long season.
Yeah.
I was flying every league, and then I finishing relegation places.
So at the
Halfway.
At the start, I was in the top 900,000 overall.
Oh yeah,
At the start, and now I'm 1.5 million.
It's a bad week.
Yeah.
Because
What
did you get? I'm just outside 2 million. Wow. Because I had 49 this week, which is smell about. Like going through my team, Fleckin 3 points, Porro 2, Robinson 2, Dan Byrne 1. I can't get anything off me back 4.
Yeah.
That's 4 weeks in a row.
Midfield, I'm struggling with.
Eze blank again.
Blank, yeah.
Bowen. Anywhere near through the TV off the balcony. Matoma got 5. Salah got 6. I done the right thing. Didn't captain him. Got away with it. Didn't. Pedro came off the bench for 5 minutes. Nothing. I brought in Watkins 6, and then I have Haaland captain 18, which is the goal.
Our teams are very similar. Your bench is bad, yeah. That's our issue. At the minute. Yeah, Watkins.
Was
Haaland.
Conte not even in the squad?
Nah. The Diogo Jota not playing ruined me. That's my ruined me.
I've seen that.
Darwin Núñez play well, so now I'm sitting here thinking, is Jota going to play?
It's a sub
Because he's been
transfer
poor.
down it.
I think the only difference between mine and your team is I've got Lucas Digne, Saliba, Onana. I had Jota, didn't play, so Harry Winks came in, who's had 2 points every week. And then, I've got Watkins up top as well.
But you know that did you bring in Watkins?
Yeah, I got rid of Isak.
Yeah, so did I. You had Henderson in goals.
Yeah.
No, you got 9 points.
9 points,
That's massive,
Yeah,
really,
that
that's
helped me.
massive. What's your move this week? Any moves?
Thinking wildcard, I'm no joke, because the only reason is I don't know what's going to happen now with João Pedro and Diogo Jota, and Eze's just flopping every week for me.
Yeah, I know. So
As soon as I take him out, though, he'll score a hat-trick. That's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah. It's class though. Still, it just gives you so much interest on the weekend.
Guys, how are you getting on? Let us know when you're in the FPL. Let us know in the YouTube comments. Joner Football, I think we have, almost 2,500, 3,000 in Joner Football. I don't know how it doesn't calculate it anymore, because if you notice how it says it'll say joint third and stuff like that now.
Yeah, if you're on a level.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. Reza, how did you get on? Reza had a good week, yeah. He's back for the wild card.
Rez is a disgrace, guys. Rez been sitting right at the bottom of Joner Football staff.
Oh.
Connor Slater, we need to get on the podcast,
Nah, honestly, I hadn't even pulled in this morning and he was out the window shouting at me, talking about it.
Connor Slater literally said he was going to beat me and you every day in coaching, didn't he? And he didn't. And he's doing the same thing again.
Well, there's literally there's 8 more months of it to go.
I know.
So like, I learned how to. I don't even talk about it anymore. I just
FPL takes over my life. I've got like flipping alarms and reminders and everything.
yeah.
You have to, innit? Guys, let me know how you're getting on anyway. Let me know how you're getting on with the FPL chat. But Shane, you want to talk about attitude, players training?
No, I just wanted like just something that I just obviously like from coaching now a long time. I just think, I say a lot to the players, but do you feel like there's a correct way a player should like train?
Oh,
Like, so like, let's take our sessions and take our team. Let's say even take team sessions. We've played or been around football all our life.
yeah.
What way do you feel like? Because like obviously our job is to try and improve players.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one thing I also want to improve in the players is that way they can like. There's a way of training as well.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the hardest thing about our job, though, isn't it? Getting them to understand like this is how you train properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like even just to take what we do, it's like if you don't turn up and apply yourself to what you're doing, it's across anything. You're never gonna get what you want to get from it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just something that it just frustrates me sometimes to see like because you also meet players and you work with players that have and they're just like. They're the ones that straight away will stick in your mind of like they've got a chance already huge.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they have that little bit of like they can really like turn it on when the session or the drill starts.
I think the biggest thing that players, young players, really struggle to understand is that all pros have got to that position because of one thing: they're consistent in everything that they do. Maybe not consistent in their games, like a Messi, where it's like, but they are consistent in the routine that they've found leading up to everything. They're consistent on being on time. They're consistent with cleaning their boots, making sure their bag's ready, good water, good food, consistent in the way they apply themselves with training, consistent with their attitude towards training, consistent about being open to learning. And with a lot of the young players that we've worked with over the years, their consistency in that is just up and down, isn't it? Oh, 1 week I'll clean my boots, but next week it's all right. Oh, 1 week I'll turn up nice and early and do my activation and do things properly like a pro would, and then the following week I'll turn up 10 minutes late. They have no consistency in what they're doing, and that's why they might not make it to the level they aspire to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to what you're saying is,
I feel like that consistency, like I said, consistency is like the key to like progression.
100%.
Like without being, and this is again, you can take it outside of football. Like whatever you do, if you're consistently at a consistent level, you've got a chance to progress.
I agree.
That could be in business, could be in,
Yeah.
I don't know, you could be like, let's take it like TikTok. Let's say you're doing social media, you've just got to be consistent what you
with
do,
it,
and you can grow. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And it's like I feel like the levels of just like of your training has got to be consistent as well.
Just going on that, Rez and I work closely every day with our content team. We are in a process right now of interviewing we had over 70 applications, right, Rez, for a new editor role. Mate, I said to Rez, in those 70 applications could be the world's best editor, but if they're not consistent at turning up and producing, they're actually no use to Rez and I.
Yeah.
Like, we need consistency across the board, which then, going back to what you said, you then see the growth.
Yeah.
If you're getting someone doing great work just for 1 week and then you don't see them again for 2 weeks, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
There's no consistency. But I think, going back to what you said, Shane, like, one of the biggest things that really gets under my skin, and I know it gets under your skin as well, is players that just have the attitude that they think they're better than everyone else. That's like the complete wrong attitude to have towards training, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there is a lot of people in world football like that.
Yeah.
They genuinely just feel like they've already made it, and that's a big issue, isn't it?
Everywhere, yeah.
They feel like they've already made it, and I feel like that is a big
Thing is, I love
problem.
confident players. But then you can be that, you can talk that, you can say it, but then just like you've also got to walk it as well.
And apply
Do you know
it,
what I mean?
apply it.
So like if you feel like be the best player in that group, be the best
Yeah.
player in your team, and then let's see where you end up. Do you know what I mean? But until you're that, don't be, you know, like you've got to look after your own house first before.
I agree.
You know.
Like, it's quite hard to explain, but there's probably loads of coaches out there that, like, if you were to pick a player to give a best example of that is what we want to be working with every day, everyone would have their players straight away, or multiple players, a handful of players, you know.
Yeah. Because we like throughout our program, like there's so many talented players and talented kids and boys and girls, but like there's a few that just separate themselves, and for me, they separate themselves. It's not necessarily technical. It's just they have that little bit of an extra bit of hard work or an extra like gear or two that they can go.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that I feel like I think you put a post up last week. You need to have something. You need to bring something else apart from being technical to a team.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need to be good personality. You need to be a good leader. You need to have good energy. You need to have all of them.
Yeah.
Because when you get to the top, everyone has that there.
I remember saying that in that group because I remember watching the session. I took the session, sorry. You weren't there. I took the session, right? The technique on display and the quality on display was good, but it was flat. Like it just wasn't what it should be like. But what I was seeing in terms of the quality and the technique was good. That's what I was trying to say to him. It was just flat. Like no one just going like, oh, well done, love that. Yes, give me, like just the basics.
Yeah.
So that's why I pulled him in and said that. But I just feel like there is players out there, no matter how many times you tell them, no matter how many things you show them, no matter, you know, they're not going to change their personality. They're just going to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is, for a coach, that is one of the most frustrating things I feel.
Yeah, it's just
Because you're trying to help them.
You're trying your best.
You're trying to help 'em.
everything you can possible. But like,
any more coaches out there that can relate, guys?
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
Let me know on the YouTube.
But yeah,
comments.
that's just something that obviously, like I know we talk about a lot, but obviously with the podcast we want to always also talk about a little bit of coaching every now and then.
Always, yeah. We can come up with a good topic again next week, but that one I feel like we could talk about for hours. There's so many great examples. But I feel like as coaches, we're just attracted to those players that really want to be there, you know, good attitude, good energy.
Yeah,
I'm attracted to them.
But they're the ones that you can help.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our job, Lee, whether you want to like admit, well, you will admit it, but 50% of the players, we're trying to get them to train. We're pushing them to train.
Yeah.
And then our job, that's not our job. Our job is to coach the players.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're spending time getting them to run and getting them to move, use them,
mad.
then like you're wasting the session.
Yeah.
Because like you should be working on the details and the technique and what, you know what I mean?
It is mad.
But anyway, that's the game we're in. But
It's also a culture thing, right, as well. So I reckon it's, you know, there's certain places in the world that just, you would never really have to coach that, would you?
No.
They're just going to be there straight away. But I like that, Shane. It's a good topic.
It's the world.
Good topic.
Anyway, good, bad and the ugly. What you got for me?
Oh, that's what people...
I've gone all football this week because I think last week I done the Olympics and stuff, but I went all football, relevant football.
Can I go first then?
Go first.
'Cause mine is...
Keep it short and sharp, I reckon.
Very short.
Go on.
I'll give it... so the good at the minute is... it's kind of a personal one, to be honest, but lately I've just started being very grateful for what I've got. And sometimes life, with how fast my life is, it flashes me by in a hot minute. Sometimes I struggle with sitting back and going, wow.
Yeah.
You know, I've got Shane in my life, I've got Rez, right the way down to the most smallest things as well. I'm not talking like a Mizuno boot deal or, you know, I'm talking like the littlest of things. Like I feel like a lot of people forget about that.
Yeah.
Like the smallest things are just waking up in the morning, and I've started doing a lot of meditation, stuff like that, just being very, very grateful for everything that I've got in my life, because there's someone out there that is going to be way off than me. So yeah, I'm just very grateful at the minute for everything that I have.
Nice.
Learning to understand, to be grateful even just for the little things in life. And then bad, I've got, I could go on a proper tangent, but I'll keep it short. At what point in life for us as humans, everywhere in the world, not just talking about Sydney in particular, where we actually start to say that we are genuinely getting like completely ripped off.
When you started talking about it, that's the first thing that came to my head. That's where you go.
So I want to just give a couple of examples. I genuinely feel like us as human beings, I'm talking to everyone in the world now, there's got to come a time where, like, for me, enough is enough. Where there's big corporate businesses out there that are just putting things up price-wise all the time. And I feel like us, especially in Sydney, I'm not too sure what it's like in other countries, we're just accepting it. And
We have no choice though.
I think we do, though. I feel like we need to start, like, boycotting things, kicking right off. I'll give you an example. Carolina went away on the weekend to Port Douglas. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, right? $32 she paid for a cocktail.
Cocktail?
Just one cocktail, right? Wow. Carolina stopped in her tracks, and she's never done this before, and she literally looked at the guy and was like, I'm sorry, if you put, like, two orders through there or something, because she's never paid that much ever for a cocktail.
Double
right?
espresso martini, though.
And the guy was like, no, that's the price. And Carolina was like, this is the first time she's ever told me this. She's like, I'm sorry, but that is like a daylight robbery. And she's like, it's not like I can't afford it, but it's like just the principle of it that is actually insane. And then to back up that, I went to the local RSL with Luke on Sunday with the kids. I got a chicken palmy,
Palmy, mate.
Chicken palmy. I got chicken and veggies for the kids and a small bowl of chips. $73. $38 it was for a chicken palmy.
$38?
$38 for a chicken palmy.
What does the palmy do? Like, does the palmy...
I looked at him and I promise you, I was like, have you put through 2 chicken palmies or what's going on? Mate, and I literally...
Made a goal, does it?
No, but I was having a chat with Luke and I was like, what's going on?
Was it nice?
It was great, yeah. It was
Should
great.
have handed it back and be like...
No, but come on, do you not agree with me, Rez? Like, I looked at him and I was like...
But what choice do we have? It's inflation, and it's like... I get what you're saying, but like me and you going out protesting is going to knock... You know what I mean?
No, I'm not saying
just,
me and you, but I just feel like, at what point are we gonna just say, like, this is ridiculous? It's ridiculous.
But yeah, there's so many examples. If you go around the supermarket and look at the price, you're like,
yeah,
$7.50 for a loaf of bread.
Yeah,
you're like, what? Like, what are we doing here?
I just don't get it. I don't.
I like that one. I'm with you. I'm big on that.
Why is the demand there for it to go up though?
I'm big on that.
Like a chomp in my eyes used to be 10p, right? 10p or 15p. I'm going back in the English days here.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous, mate. You go and look at it now, it's probably like, what, 50, 60? It's just ridiculous. Anyway. Anyone else agree on YouTube, anyway? And then I've got a little clip to show you from the ugly, Shane.
Yeah.
If you just got, like, it's like 50 seconds, Rez, if that's all right. 50. Yeah.
Ugly.
My ugly is I am sick to death of the press and media now in football.
Go on.
And how they literally just try and put words in people's mouths and take things out of context and basically get away with just writing rubbish and putting out rubbish. I just feel like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a clip to show, and I actually love how Shane, you'll know who that is. Who's this? What's his name?
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, basketball player. Yeah. I actually love his answer here. So I'll just again going back from what I'm saying, the press and the media are trying to like make him feel bad and look bad, and his answer, he flips it. It's brilliant. I think you probably would have seen this before. I think if you want watching on YouTube, his expressions make it even better.
Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh my God! You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay, do you get the promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, I don't know, provide the house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. the other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me? No, I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Okay, exactly. So why you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports. You know, there's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not. Some days it's your turn. Some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Some other people's gonna win. And this year somebody else is gonna win. Simple as that. We're gonna come back
Like
next
that,
year,
Shane.
try to
Spot
be better, try to build good
But again,
habits.
just going back to my good, bad, and ugly, the press and the media are trying to push it on him. Oh, you failed this year.
Yeah. But the whole press and all that, that's all about, even with, like, I think, like, I listen to TalkSport, it's all clickbait. It's all trying to get something that will get hits
it's
and
bad
views.
though, isn't
and
it?
It's like,
It's fake.
Bullshit. It's bullshit.
Fake.
Bullshit.
Go on in, Shane. That was mine.
That's class.
Do you like that, Rez?
Yeah.
All right, Rez.
Good. Well, ref.
Ref.
I've
Referee.
Yeah, so good is something that we already mentioned, which was I like the bit of the old school in the Man City and Arsenal. I liked the needle back in the game. I liked a little bit of a rivalry starting at people, an actual,
Yeah.
like, seeing
have
like
a fight.
they didn't like each other, which is what we want back in the game. Bad. So I'm going to get Rez. Listen to me. I want you to clip this up. But again, I was watching the early game and I was watching the West Ham and who was the game?
Chelsea.
West Ham, Chelsea. You watching it?
Yeah, great game.
Clip this up. That was a penalty against Somerville in the first half. 2 reasons. One, Somerville came from Leeds, so it was his first half at West Ham. And I love Somerville. But 2, have Jared Bowen as penalty taker in my fantasy. Right, but clip this up and tell me if this is not a penalty or not. VAR looked at this and they've said that this isn't a penalty. This is a penalty. You'll see the video. I'm trying to find the video. I couldn't find it because it wouldn't let me because I'm not from the UK. But this is a stonewall penalty, and I don't know how someone can sit in VAR and say it's not a penalty.
Really?
Clip it, want it on video, and then send it out there to people and let them know.
Is this a penalty, guys?
Below in the comments, tell me if this is a penalty, yes or no.
I didn't see that. I must have missed that bit.
But do you feel like VAR is like very, I don't know, very safe these days?
What?
They're not calling anything now.
But what the
Yeah,
hell?
they go from one extreme to the other, yeah.
He's running through in the goal, and the guy grabs his arm and drags him to the ground. And
No!
it's like,
I remember it now.
it's a penalty.
Stonewall
It's a
penalty.
penalty. It's a penalty.
It's
Like,
a foul outside the box.
It's like if someone's sitting in a room with cameras
No, I
watching
remember
that,
it. I remember it. Even I was like, hold on.
how's that not bad? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
reckon the manager and stuff.
I
was
agree
like,
with Rez. They're going from one extreme to the other, not giving anything.
Yeah, and
I
then
like that, Shaz.
ugly.
Ugly.
Again, staying in the irrelevant, but seeing Rodri do his ACL and seeing that, like, you know, in modern football, like every game, it could be like that could be the end of Rodri, really.
Yeah, I know.
Because like to come back from an ACL like that, he's probably never going to be the same player. And he was such a big player for City. I just think that was a little bit ugly to see.
It's ugly to see that. We get, like, in Joner Football, we get text, don't we, saying, oh, done ACL, MCL.
But 20 years ago, no one really talked about
It
ACL.
breaks my heart.
Do you know what I mean? Why is ACL injuries more common these days?
Too much football, maybe.
I know, but I just thought that was a little bit ugly to see him go off and to just, obviously, I know it's not fully confirmed, but I think it is. His ACL is gone, which is...
Yeah.
And he's such a good player.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit ugly from the football this week.
Sugar.
But that was a penalty on Somerville, and Bowen should have scored, and that would have been 6 points.
It's more. He's more fuming because it's
No,
FPL.
honestly, right, I was like...
And that's the difference, you know.
But that's the game,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's a joke. Anything from you, Rez? You want to get anything off your chest, mate?
No, I'm good.
You good,
Rez,
yeah?
Rez was back in India, weren't you?
Yeah, have a good
How
time,
was
Rez.
that?
Yeah.
Good trip?
That was good.
Love it,
The
Rez.
Indian weddings are live.
Rez,
yeah?
do we need to get you on the podcast at one? Why?
He likes to be behind the
I
camera.
know, he's yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it. I just want to if you're still here, we've got a brand new segment on our main channel called Joner Football Wrap Up. Shane, we got you involved in it this week. It's
Podcast feature,
Did you
no?
watch it? Did
Yeah.
you watch the wrap up?
Yeah.
It's actually insane, and Rez does an incredible job. And we've got some really good segments. Guys,
Video editor is serious.
it was very good. I really want you to go and check that out, guys, especially if you're watching on YouTube. It's called Joner Football Wrap Up on the main channel. It's actually so good. We've got episode 2, or wrap up for September, is coming next week. it's just awesome. So go and have a look at that. We feature the good, bad and ugly in there as a segment from time to time. We pick different segments. It's great. We have segments, like we do a giveaway on each one, so it's within your best interest to go and try and win something as well. So, and that's it, guys. If you're new, hit the subscribe button on our podcast YouTube channel. Thanks so much for listening. Love, peace. Oh, and don't want to promise anything, but yeah, we're trying to lock in some guests, but no guarantee, but we're trying to get in some guests as well.
We're back in a month.
Yeah, back in a month. We're not promising, next week or 2 weeks. We're back in a month.
Let's go.
See you later, legends. Yeah, Wrexham.